Weather forecast, sunshine today, high 58. Clear tonight, low 40. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 65. Partly cloudy, 68 on Friday. For Saturday, scattered showers, high 65. And for Sunday, partly cloudy with the high of 70. Overnight low 33, yesterday's high 52. Currently, humidity is at 92%. Winds out of the south at 2 to 3 miles an hour and the pressure at 30.08. Right now, sunshine, we've got 37 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-woo!
K-O.
K.O.
K-O.
K.O. K.O.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Mark Turner, and it's KO Wednesday. Hump Day here at the Big Show. And happy birthday to your significant other, Rita Otis.
That's right.
This is not an April Fool's joke. It is her birthday.
It is her birthday.
It is April Fool's Day.
Yeah, it
of
is
course.
April Fool's
And we haven't done one thing.
No, and I don't think a lot of people are going to do
No,
anything today.
because it's, because the situation is. By the way, yesterday, Max D mowed again. When Max D mows, that means I've got to mow. Let the grass grow, Max D. Let it grow.
It's kind of like shaving. Once you start,
You got to keep doing
you
it.
got to keep doing
Yeah.
it.
You're right. You're
Max
right.
D.
Well, today is April Fool's Day.
Yes.
Or All Fool's Day. I've got some information on April Fool's Day.
Well, share it.
Please share it.
Origins
Please
remain
share
a
it.
mystery.
Yes.
The first recorded April Fool's Day was in France in 1582.
Yeah.
Now, they think that April Fool's Day, April 1st, was celebrated as New Year's Day before the Gregorian calendar changed it to January 1st.
Right.
Those who didn't get the word about the change were called fools, and people played tricks on them.
They step it upon your toe.
That grew into a tradition of playing pranks or telling lies on the first day of April.
No kidding.
And Google, every year Google always comes out with
Yes.
some big elaborate April Fool's Day thing. Not this year.
Oh, see,
They're blaming it on the coronavirus.
Sure, of
They're
course.
not going to do it this year.
By the way, you are scraping the bottom of the sports barrel.
He has
I'm just saying to you, when you
Talking
start,
about
when
the
you're
WWE.
the WWE,
Oh, no.
the best jerseys in the National Hockey League.
That's not the bottom.
You got to do what you got to do, right, Mark?
What's the bottom? Tell me the bottom.
Well, I didn't run it yesterday. There was a story yesterday that they had the World TTO, the WTTO, the World Table Tennis Championships.
Don't tell me they're going to cancel.
They've been postponed.
Well, they're 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
Well, it's the associated huge audience that comes to watch that.
Yeah. Both
Well,
of them.
Oh,
No
by the way,
ping pong.
here we have a news story that came into the newsroom just a few minutes ago. Only one ply at the Walmart.
Really?
That's right.
Oh,
I was out there the other day.
my.
My wife said that there was Easter candy where the TP used to be. and
Yeah.
There was some toilet paper there, but it was one ply.
Oh.
Why? Why is there one ply? Who even makes that?
Staying inside. Staying inside.
That's a CPR song.
I'm going to sing that all the rest of the day.
It's going to be stuck in your head, isn't
It will be.
Yeah.
Bucket of bunk, 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 bunk. Turner never gets a word. Sure you do.
Only when I turn the mic off.
Bucket of bunk, 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 bunk. Keep this mic on. Make sure he never could. Oh, what a great voice. Bucket of bunk, 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 bunk.
You are living in a delusional nightmare for Ken and I.
I got to live
The
somewhere.
only person that ever sang worse than me was Doug Rorex.
Oh, he was horrible.
He was terrible. He was our minister in the Methodist Church.
Yeah.
They'd accidentally leave his mic on during a hymn.
Oh, no.
Oh.
They said, just lip sync, please. Doug.
Oh.
Please. He was horrible. Yes. Bucket of bunk. This is going to be kind of interesting. Lon Chaney died in 1930 at the age of 47. Probably not as well known as his son, Lon Chaney Jr. Okay, but Lon Chaney was a master of the early silent movies. The Phantom of the Opera was one of his.
Like Dracula, didn't he?
He was a man of 1,000 faces, according to the early cinema. In '57, he was the subject of a biopic titled "Man of 1,000 Faces," in which he was portrayed by James Cagney. The film was largely a fictionalized account, as Chaney was notoriously private and hated the Hollywood lifestyle. He never revealed personal details about himself or his family, once stating, "Between pictures, there is no Lon Chaney." That's sort of the way I feel. Between shows, there's no Mike Dreeth. In a lot of ways. Wouldn't you agree? Don't answer. And don't take off my mic. Chaney's son, whose name was Creighton, later changed his name to Lon Chaney Jr., and then he followed his dad's footsteps. And he was big in horror films. Wolfman, he was Wolfman in 1941. Mm-hmm. In October of 97, both Cheneys appeared on the commemorative U.S. postal stamp as the Phantom of the Opera and the Wolfman, and they both worked with Bela Lugosi at one time as Dracula. So, pretty interesting back. Boris Karloff was Frankenstein, of course. Gordon Jump died in 2003 at the age of 71.
The big guy, yeah.
Arthur Big Guy Carlson. Of course, out of all of the characters on WKRP, he was the one that was most not like the real thing of a general manager of a radio station.
Well, that depends on who you talk to.
I mean, he looked like a stammering boob.
Again, that depends on who you talk to.
Did you ever you've inflated a raft inside your office, haven't you? Remember that episode?
Oh, yeah. I did.
That's not something we talk about around
He was
here.
also the Maytag repairman.
That's exactly right. Arthur Big Guy Carlson on WKRP, and the chief of police Tinkler on the sitcom Soap. He was on Soap as well.
Really? I didn't
Yes,
know
I'd forgotten
he
that.
was. Also, as you said, the Maytag repairman. He got into radio early on. He got his degree in journalism from K-State, Kansas State University, and he was on their radio station there, KSDB. Then worked at some other radio stations. After WKRP in Cincinnati went off the air in '82, they tried to bring it back again, if you'll remember, but that didn't work out. And he also appeared in the 9th and final season of Seinfeld, in which he played George Costanza's boss at a playground equipment company after 2 episodes. So Gordon Jump, the big guy, was born on this day. Debbie Reynolds, also known as Mary Frances Reynolds, died in 2016 at the age of 84, one day after her daughter, Carrie Fisher, died. Isn't that
amazing.
Interesting? Yes. She had a 70-year career. She was known for Singing in the Rain in 1952, How the West Was Won in '62, The Unsinkable Molly Brown in 1964. Just a number of, and she also did a stage act, and she kept active right up to the end. She had a stroke one day after. In fact, there was the movie that Carrie Fisher was, her last one, the last Star Wars movie was on the other night, and I saw her in that and thought about this. So anyway, This was her birthday today. Music history. Cincinnati became the first U.S. city to pay. Oh, no, this is regular history. Cincinnati, the first U.S. city to pay firefighters a regular salary. That was pretty nice of them.
Yeah.
The first washing machine was marketed in Chicago. Back
Is
when
it a washing machine or a washing machine?
Well, it's a washing machine.
Yeah.
Around here, it's a washing machine.
Yeah, washing.
Around the house, we had 3 dishwashing machines. They were called Andy, Doug, and Alex.
Oh, you're talking about dishwasher.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were talking about,
No,
you know.
dishwasher.
Okay.
1891, the William Wrigley Jr. Company, founded in Chicago. It's best known for juicy fruit gum.
I thought it was best known for Wrigley Field.
Well, they were a gum magnate long
Yeah.
before they
Oh,
were
yeah.
a Cub owner and the field. The first automatic record changer was introduced on this date in 1927. In 1930, speaking of the Cubs, Leo Hartnett broke the altitude record for a catch of a baseball that was dropped from a Goodyear blimp 800 feet over Los Angeles, California. They had a lot to do on
What if
this.
that record still holds?
800 feet.
I bet it does.
How do you pick it out of the sky? Well, you'd have to watch the blimp and then.
Yeah. Maybe
On
the
a-
ball. Maybe the ball was painted, like orange
know.
or something.
You know, if they dropped it over Wrigley Field on a particular day, it would have ended up in
in the
Lake
lake.
Michigan. Yeah. 1938, the Baseball Hall of Fame opened in Cooperstown. Have you ever been to the Baseball Hall of
I
Fame?
have
have.
not.
We did. That was our honeymoon, if you can believe it.
Really?
Yes, it
You
was.
didn't go on up to Niagara Falls?
We
while you
went
were in
there
the area?
first.
There
we
you
went
go.
to Niagara Falls, then we went down to Cooperstown, and then we came home. Weight Watchers, this is interesting, 1946. Weight Watchers was formed. Boy, is it needed now.
Yeah.
1954.
Actually, I mean, it's going full spring now. I mean, there are a lot of folks just watching the weight pile on.
Oh, I know it. No doubt. 1954, the U.S. Air Force Academy formed in Colorado. Do you know that there was a huge search for where they were going to plop the Air Force Academy?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it came in second?
St. Louis.
Alton, Illinois.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was going to be on the bluffs up there where Principia College is.
Yeah.
But Principia College won. They didn't want it there. So,
Our friend Bill Book toured that whole campus last year.
Principia?
Yeah, at the Air Force
Force
Academy.
Yeah, I've been there
He,
twice.
I mean, they're the cathedral out there, the chapel. They're taking it apart.
Really?
It's leaking.
Oh, well, it's like an
They're-
A-frame.
Yeah, they're going to take it all apart piece by piece, label everything, put it back together, seal it all up, and
It's magnificent. It's a beautiful cathedral. The soap operas General Hospital and Doctors premiered on television in 1963.
Is General Hospital still on? I know Doctors is.
I think General Hospital is.
And it's been on for a long time. Steve Newman became the first man to walk around the world in 1987. That's 22,000 miles. You want to take a guess at how long it took him?
3 years.
4.5 years.
You guys are great. 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, you're really good at this. The music history, Elvis in 1956 filmed his first Hollywood screen test. Thank you very much. 1966, the first single under just the name David Bowie was released. 1970, the Woodstock movie premiered in Hollywood. There were people that didn't participate. They wouldn't let the film go on.
Right.
And it's like they never performed at Woodstock because they weren't a part of the movie. I mean,
Why
it was,
would you? Why would you?
I
not?
have no idea why you wouldn't do it. 1984, Marvin Gaye, at the age of 44, killed by his father. His dad got probation after he pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter.
That doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't sound right now since we're all cooped up in our houses. 1980, don't get any ideas. Okay? 1985, David Lee Roth left Van Halen.
And then he came back a little bit later,
And then he left again.
and then he left again.
Yeah,
Didn't last as long the second time though.
I'm going to tell you, usually you have this, Odie, you have this magic Midas touch as the great provocateur of coming up with.
We should change it. Instead of the Midas touch, we should just call it the Odie touch.
Well, I'm not sure you'd really want to call this question the Odie touch.
Okay.
It just didn't catch fire.
Hey, every once in a while I whiff.
Well, this was a whiff, but nonetheless, we'll talk about it. It's the Carnaby Square question of the day, and Ken Odie came up with it. I'm blaming him. If you could write one law that everyone would obey, what would it be? Oh, the Eagles. Be still my heart. We'll be back with the answer to the question of the day. Stay here on WFIW and WFIWradio.com. We're also on YouTube. You can join us there.
This is Carnaby. They will continue business with curbside pickup, shipping, or delivery. Carnaby urges you to continue to support the food services and other small businesses by ordering or simply sharing their Facebook post. Carnaby believes we are all going to make it through this trying time stronger and wiser. Carnaby will be 40 years old in April, and they plan to celebrate big with all of their loyal customers. Be safe, wash your hands, pray for our leaders, and continue to share and support Fairfield small businesses.
Everything you care about is in your home, things that you just can't afford to lose. Let us help you protect what matters most. West Bend's Home and Highway policy provides you with one policy, one bill, one deductible, and one agent while protecting your home, car, truck, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and more. All with no hassle and a portion of your annual premium back in cash if you don't have a claim. To find out more, contact CSI Insurance in Fairfield at 618-842-2193.
At the end of a hospital stay, families are often faced with difficult decisions about their loved ones needing skilled rehabilitation care. Regardless of where your loved one's hospital is, the Transitional Care Rehab Program at Hamilton Memorial Hospital can help. Our skilled rehab and nursing care can provide twice daily physical and occupational therapies, daily access to providers, and private bed and bathrooms, all right here close to your family's home. If you're faced with care decisions, ask your loved one's care planner about Hamilton Memorial Hospital Transitional Care Rehabilitation or call 643-5824.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when President Clinton told us,
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky?
The next night he delivered his State of the Union address. John Glenn was picked to go back into space.
I can guarantee you I'll give it my very best try.
After 15 years and 4 Super Bowl defeats, John Elway and the Broncos finally won it all.
For all of the Bronco fans that never had this feeling, we finally got it done, and that is really neat.
Michigan wrapped up a perfect season with a victory in the Rose Bowl and its first national title in half a century. Sonny Bono died in a skiing accident. Good Will Hunting, Wag the Dog, and the Full Monty were big at the box office. And here's what we heard on the radio.
How's it gonna be? Truly, madly, deeply dear. I hope you had the time of your life. Yes, damn, I must
be lonely. Okay, think it over. The answer and a little bit of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Napa know-how.
Whether you're a car guy or just a guy who uses a car or not a guy at all, you know the ear-piercing screech of a worn-out brake pad. But thanks to Napa, you don't need to know your way around a toolbox to get a quality part installed. Because while there are 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores, there are also more than 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers. So whether you do it yourself or have it done for you, all you need is Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At Chick-fil-A, we may be about the little things, but for us, community is a big thing. It brings out the best in us all, even in times as uncertain as these. While we can't have the pleasure of serving you in our dining areas, we're still here for you. With delivery, drive-thru, and mobile order where possible, in compliance with state and local regulations. Order through the Chick-fil-A app or our delivery partners, and we'll see you soon. In the meantime, let's all take good care of each other.
January 1998. My heart will go on.
Celine Dion and My Heart Will Go On, the top song of January 1998. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
There's good news for those interested in removing unwanted body hair and for individuals needing spider vein treatment or facial rejuvenation. General Surgeon Dr. Patrick Molt is offering the latest in laser technology at his office in Fairfield. Dr. Molt, along with certified laser technologists Sheila Vaughn and Jessica Molt, are able to perform painless laser procedures on all skin types. To learn more about removing hair, spider veins, facial redness, large pores, acne scarring, and fine lines, contact General Surgeon Dr. Patrick Molt's office in Fairfield.
With your Mayo Clinic Radio Health Minute, I'm Dennis Doda. By 2050, the number of people with Alzheimer's disease is expected to reach 14 million. There is growing evidence that certain lifestyle changes and cognitive training can help delay the onset.
On the lifestyle side, we're talking about issues like physical activity, maybe a heart-healthy diet, staying socially connected in your networks. Those factors have been shown to be somewhat protective or helpful in cognitive aging.
Neurologist Dr. Ronald Peterson says studies have also shown that cognitive training can help.
There were techniques with regard to problem solving and techniques for doing multitasking more effectively. There was evidence that that training made those people more efficient and less likely to experience cognitive decline later.
And while there is no cure for Alzheimer's, Dr. Peterson says there is still a lot of work going into finding a way to halt and maybe even reverse the effects of the disease. For more information, talk with your healthcare provider or visit mayoclinic.org.
Are you looking for a bank that still offers free checking? Well, look no further. People's National Bank has your free checking needs covered. This is Heidi Atterbury, relationship banker at People's National Bank in Fairfield. You can open your free checking account with just $100. There's no minimum balance, plus receive unlimited check writing, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay. Stop by 1001 West Delaware in Fairfield to open your free checking account today. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
What a dog of a question.
Man.
Okay,
he may not let you use
All right.
those questions again.
I'll tell you what, since it was a bad question, you don't have to pay me for being here today.
No, I won't. You're right.
By the way.
Yeah. Free questions, shut up, Mike. By the way, I was listening, of course, listen to every second of this radio station's broadcasting. And I can only say that this is a great time to consider losing unwanted body hair. Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't this be
look at this.
Well, certainly not the top of your head, but I'm talking about other places. You know what I mean?
Now, if he can come up with a process to take it off somewhere else and put it there, I'm interested.
Think about manscaping. Think about it. You.
Manscaping.
Yeah. Look it up.
Okay. I just can't imagine the
By
pain
the way,
that you would go through.
Down there?
Unwanted.
Have you ever seen these guys that
other
they're
places on
stupid
your
enough
body?
to let their wives wax them on their chest?
Oh, no.
Those are so funny.
Oh, yeah.
You just think, you know it's going to hurt. You know it's going to hurt.
I think it's a form of torture.
Cruel
I wouldn't do it.
Unusual punishment.
By the way, you can also get unwanted tattoos removed out there.
But by the way, honey, I forgive you for having an affair. Let's wax your chest.
Anyway, so by the way, I also heard on that spot, and you're from you live down there.
Down where?
Down around Harrisburg.
I lived down there for a little bit.
Okay, well, I made the mistake. My wife corrected me, as she does frequently, when I said there is a report of a positive test in saline.
Oh, it's saline.
Saline.
It's like Celine Dion. What I heard on that spot,
Yeah.
that's the way I pronounced it, Saline.
Saline County. I always pronounced it saline. Saline.
What's the
Saline,
proper?
saline. Doesn't really matter.
Saline
I
is
didn't
what
live down there for
Harrisburg
very long.
is in Saline County. Saline.
Like Celine Dion?
Saline. Saline.
But pronounced like the singer, I think. Anyway, the question, the Carnaby Square. You know, Carnaby Square is the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield. And you might think about that since it's Mrs. Odie's birthday today. No April Fool involved. You ought to think about it, quite honestly. Anyway, we had 2,369 people look at this brilliant question
I bought
because
her some ant traps.
You romantic, you.
I know.
Actually, the big gift nowadays is toilet paper.
Yeah. I'm eyeing that row you got over there.
Oh, you're eyeing it?
Yeah.
Well, here, I'll throw it to you.
Got a roll. Is
Look
it
at that.
is it single ply? Incoming.
That's good stuff.
No, that's
If you guess the mystery voice tomorrow.
no. Yeah, forget about the $10 gift certificate. We'll give you the rest of this roll of
What happened?
multiple
Something
ply.
happened here.
Is right. No,
There we
all I
are.
had to do is that. All right. Well, the question was, if you could write one law that everyone would obey, what would it be? What were you thinking about when you?
Now,
when you
I
said
don't
that?
know.
Is it one law that everyone would obey or everyone would have to obey? Well, never mind. Never
How
mind.
about it, Odin?
That was.
I don't know. I just thought, the stay at home. I was thinking about that. I thought, well, if they mandate
that?
it,
Yeah.
that it's a law, you got to stay home, which they can't do. But
No. Well, there was. I mean, we
Yeah.
had some people, to go the political route, which is not really, what we do. And Bill had this thing. He cites this statute. Now I think he's alleging that UPS drivers and trash pickup people don't have to have their seatbelts on in town, and so he opines that maybe we don't have to have our seatbelts on in town. So I don't know quite how that works.
Why is that they don't have to have their seatbelts
they're making
on?
deliveries
They're
and
getting in and out.
Oh, they're getting in and out. Okay.
Like a garbage guy, if he had to click and then go a half block and then unclick, I see it.
Yeah, I get it.
of course, they don't have to get out of the cab. They got that thing that comes out and grabs the can.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Bruce says the golden rule, always good to adhere to that. Stop littering on our roads. I saw something yesterday that really bothered me, and that's still seeing political signs out.
I agree.
I don't know if that's against the law.
Isn't there a law that says you have to remove
Come and
those
get
by
'em.
the day after the election?
I think that's just good style, but I don't know that that's a law.
Yeah, out west of town, there's still several.
And you'd think somebody would get a hold of those candidates and say, come get your stuff, but they haven't. That is bothersome
Well,
to me.
they've been staying at home.
Bill says we should have a law that mandates the eating of bacon.
I like that law.
Yeah.
Bill, you
I
got a
would
winner
definitely
there.
follow that law.
Be nice to each other. Well, that goes back to the golden rule.
Yeah.
Toby says no FOID card. So, kind of didn't. Folks did not get the spirit
Of course,
of
that wouldn't
that
be a law.
question.
I mean, it wouldn't be you couldn't put out a law that says you must not have a FOID card.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
By the way, I do get this. If we're going to have to stay in our houses for another month,
You're going to need some heat and air.
you might need some air. You're certainly going to need some heat. I needed some heat last night.
Yeah, it was cold.
It was
last
cold,
night.
and the guy to call is Brian Reitnauer. Reitnauer Heating and Air Conditioning. He's the authority when it comes to good HVAC. A lot of our older furnaces are not terribly efficient. Some of them only 60-65% efficient. Brian's the kind of guy that will come in, assess that, give you a plan, give you an opportunity to get to 90 or 95%, and that extra money that you save is going to pay that off and end up being a benefit to you. All you have to do is call him for 24-hour service. He works on Rude and Payne furnaces, or any furnace that you have that's going to cause you a problem. Call Brian Reitnauer. The number is 618-214-2593, and tell him that you heard about him on Morning Coffee. This from SIU Carbondale. SIU has suspended the Delta Chi fraternity for violating the chancellor's order banning in-person activities. Apparently had a toga party.
Toga.
Carbondale police over the past weekend responded to a house party hosted by the Delta Chi's, which violated the administrative directive issued on March 27th by the chancellor. Sounds to me like maybe the guys need to go home, don't you think?
Well, I would think so.
Well, I heard some minister this morning is having some kind of a Woodstock-like church service on Easter.
There was already a minister down in Florida
Yeah, he
got
got
arrested because he had it. Here's another interesting one. There's continuing to see 7 lights together. There's video of it over the sky in Texas that they say is a roundup of a number of UFO sightings that have been going on since March 27th. Here's what I say. If they land and beings from another planet come out, here's what you need to do. You need to wipe your eyes and stick out your hand and say, welcome.
Okay.
You know what I
You're
mean?
not supposed to stick your hand out, though, Mike.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
I'm not
have shoulder bump.
maybe
Air.
gonna elbow bump a Martian.
Just sorry, Martian.
Yeah, really.
Can't do it.
A martial artist in India has broken a Guinness Book of World Records,
And which one is that?
using his elbow to crush 256 walnuts in only a minute.
His elbow?
His elbow.
He's gonna have arthritis.
Guinness has confirmed that Mohammed Rashid did break the
Mohammed
previous
Rashid.
record of 229 walnuts, which was set by another Indian martial artist. Rashid is a multiple record holder, having previously set Guinness records for breaking walnuts with his head, as well as smashing beverage cans with his elbow and coconuts with his head.
He's got a hard head.
Apparently so.
Why wasn't that in sports, Mark?
Yeah, really. That's as exciting as the story you had about the wrestling.
Or the favorite jerseys in the NHL.
Love those Blackhawks. Love those Blackhawks. Since the beginning of March, unattended folding tables have begun popping up at intersections in, this is according to Bloomberg. People are willing to barter more now. I'll give you a dozen eggs if you've got multiple ply toilet paper. Bartering has come back.
Well,
I don't know that I'd
can
stop
see
and get
it.
out there and barter. Of course, I don't know. I haven't checked the supply yet, and I refuse to use single ply. That's all there is to
I
it.
was double checking my
Me neither.
supply yesterday.
And how's it going?
I'm in good shape, I think. I've got it all
Eat
hidden
more
away.
cheese.
I've got it all hidden away, though.
You know what is interesting that I saw? Americans are drinking heavily during the pandemic. Is that
Really?
a?
You think?
You think that's a stunner?
Not surprised.
I saw where Nate, who does pretty good drive-up business down south of town, is trying to put something together to be able to help people who can't get out. Is he talking about getting them bourbon or food?
Well, I'm sure. Well, you got Nate and you got his brother.
Oh, is there two different
Yeah.
folks?
I think his brother owns the package store.
Yeah, Gabe.
Gabe.
Gay. I got them mixed up. Probably because I've been going through that drive-up too much.
Well, yeah, a little too much.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, they're doing a lot of alcohol drinking. Apparently, to cope with the whole thing, Nielsen data shows the U.S. sales of alcoholic beverages has risen 55% in the last week. Spirits, wines, and beers have all seen nearly or over 50% increases in their sales compared to the same time last year.
We had to be in Mount Vernon yesterday. I had ran into Lowe's to get one piece of molding. Rita stayed in the car. Wasn't a shopping trip. I knew what I wanted. I knew where it was. In to the checkout. The manager came up. He goes, "Find everything okay, sir?" I did. "Thank you very much. I'm on my way." They wiped down the counter before I got to the checkout. And he said it was one of the best months that they had ever had in that store.
Oh, I can believe it. You were telling me the
March
other day
was.
that out of Kincaid's they told you they've been extremely busy.
Well, people have time to do projects. and-
Yeah.
You're doing that.
Yeah.
For a moment. See,
Yes.
it was interesting when I was hearing the two of you talk about this. You said you do painting because it provides therapy to you. I'm looking at you,
Yeah.
Turner. Okay.
Yeah.
You said that would be torture
It
for
would.
me.
I hate to paint. Because then I start cutting corners and it looks awful. And then my wife comes in, "Well, that is awful."
That's what painter's tape is.
And I always say, "Oh, well."
So it's your therapy.
Well, I enjoy it.
And you're getting something done.
Make something, get something done. Keeps my mind off of.
You said there will be no Easter lilies this year?
I don't think so.
Because they're not offered?
Well, they're not. People aren't. Well, the companies, the distributors that we use, right now don't have any.
Man, that's sad. Really sad. Apparently, you can eat like Burger King in your own kitchen. I think this is really
got the recipe.
What's the recipe? It's hamburger. I mean, they came up with an elaborate recipe to put out. According to the tweet, it takes 8 ingredients. Okay, you get the top bun, onion, pickles, ketchup, beef patty, mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, followed by the bottom bun.
That's your recipe?
That's the recipe that Burger King's putting out, so people can eat it at home.
To be honest with you, I didn't know it had mayo in it.
A Whopper?
Yeah.
Well, of course it does.
Yeah, but at Burger King, you do it your way.
Well, this is if you don't do it your way.
Okay.
This is
Do it their way.
You do it your way.
I can't imagine eating ketchup and mayonnaise together.
Me neither. No, me neither. But that's the way a Whopper will come.
Yeah.
If you don't ask for it.
Don't they have a bottle now with both of them mixed together?
Yes, they do.
I didn't think I'd
Mayo and ketchup together.
Ketchup.
There was a high-speed chase in Los Angeles. A man's pit bull behind the wheel when they walked up. You think that they set up? I mean, you think he set up? I can't take this guy anywhere. He's probably weaving everywhere. This pit bull's drunk. Now, the incident unfolded on Sunday afternoon after police received calls about a driver hitting 2 vehicles in an area south of Seattle. Speeding away, state troopers then found him and took pursuit. They said the emergency services subsequently got multiple calls about a car traveling erratically at about 100 miles per hour, a 96 Buick. The pursuit ended after police deployed spike strips and arrested 51-year-old Albert DeHaro, who was booked on multiple charges, felonies, including driving under the influence of drugs. When they took him into custody, he admitted to troopers that he was trying to teach his dog how to drive.
Well,
Hasn't everyone done that?
It's something to do while you're, at home by yourself.
I gotta ask you this question because you mentioned this in a break. You peed on Bobby Knight's shoes?
Which one shoe? I mean, let's not make it any worse.
Did he throw a chair at you?
No.
How do you, the general, the former coach of the Indiana Hoosiers.
And Texas Tech.
And this was in response to a question on Facebook that one of our friends put on. Name something that's unbelievable but actually happened. I was at the Hobbs Steakhouse in Hobbs, Indiana. The NCAA was having a tournament, or he was there seeing a high school player or something. We were there with a group. I went in the restroom. He's in the stall beside me. I look around. I'm looking at him, and he's talking to some guy
On the throne.
Yeah, well, some guy was behind him in there waiting in line, and he's turned around, kind of talking to him, and his right foot, invaded my urinal zone. So
what do you
I was
kind
of turned around looking at him. So geometry is a wonderful
Your
thing.
aim was askew.
Yeah, and I looked at him.
Hey, you know what? It's like driving a car. If you're driving the car and you see something off to your left, which way does the car normally go?
Yeah.
It goes to the left. Same thing happened.
That's right.
I'd be interested to know what the general said to you.
He didn't say anything. He didn't know it.
Oh yeah.
That's what they
He didn't tap him on his shoulder and say, "Excuse me."
And I didn't shake hands with him either. That's my claim to fame.
And you know what? Somebody would have said, I don't know if I'd told that.
Well, it's true.
Well.
And the bad thing is the night just got worse for me because I forgot my wallet. And my wife, of course, she's humiliated. They said, no problem, we'll just send you a bill.
You know, in a lot of ways you were telling Coach Knight that he's number one in your book Don't you think?
All the Illini fans loved it.
I think Lou Henson lived to do that, quite honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Total accident, but that's my claim to fame.
Wow.
Man.
What kind of shoes do you have?
I don't remember.
I would have remembered. It would have been burned in my memory.
One of them. I'll tell you what kind. He had one dry one and one wet one.
It would have been burned in my memory because, with my luck, he would have seen it and plopped that shoe someplace that I don't want to talk about, and I would have kept it.
Then you would have been. You would have been number 2 on his.
I think the
list.
coach had a couple of cocktails.
Oh, you think so? Huh?
Yeah, he was real steady.
Well, that sounds to me like maybe you might have had a few.
Well,
that's true. All right. Do you have trivia?
I do.
Well, good. What is it about?
And Mayberry music.
Mayberry music.
Yeah.
So Andy Taylor music.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Mayberry music. All right. Well, give us the questions.
All right. Number 1. What backwoods family made trouble for Sheriff Andy Taylor and played bluegrass music with Andy when they visited Mayberry?
I got it.
Yeah, me too. And don't let me forget. I mean, my wife was trying to get me to get one of this group to be on the air with us sometime because he's still circulating around.
Okay, number 2, the third Andy Griffith Show
Hopefully
episode.
it wasn't the one that didn't talk.
Which first,
It's the one that pees on your shoes.
Okay.
Which first aired October 17th, 1960, features a local guitar player named Jim Lindsay. Who does Andy persuade to hire this unemployed, prideful musician? Number 3.
Saw a Twilight Zone episode with him in it yesterday.
Really?
And he played a backwoods guy.
Jim Lindsay?
Jim Lindsay.
He also played the sheriff on the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Ah.
Roscoe P.
Coltrane. In a 1966 episode, the Mayberry Barbershop Quartet is preparing for a singing competition when their tenor, Howard Sprague, is stricken with laryngitis. Who does Andy find to take Howard's place?
Okay.
All right.
Oh. Number 4, on the Andy Griffith Show, what instrument did Sheriff Andy Taylor frequently play? That's easy.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, in a January 63 episode of the show, a goat that ate some dynamite threatened to blow up Mayberry. Barney saved the day by leading the goat out of town. What instrument did Barney play in order to lead the goat safely out of town?
I know that one.
I believe I do.
Number 6, in the Song Festers episode of the Andy Griffith Show, Barney is slated to sing a solo in the town's upcoming concert.
That's a great one.
However, another tenor singer is later discovered and chosen to take Barney's place. Who was that singer?
I know that.
Bonus if you can name the song. Number 7, in the Mayberry Band episode of the Andy Griffith Show, why does Mayor Stoner refuse to allow the city band to attend a band festival?
Okay.
Number 8, what Mayberry citizen surprises everyone when he wins an audition to perform in the Ladies' League Musicale?
Okay, I'm going to take a guess on that.
I think I know that one too.
Number 9, in the episode of the Andy Griffith Show, an independent record producer comes to Mayberry and records some local talent for an album. What happens to those who invest in the record deal, going against a skeptical Andy's advice? And number 10, what singer visiting Mayberry turns a song written by Clara and Aunt Bee into a big hit?
You know, you've redeemed yourself of the
I can
question
tell you
of the
the name
day.
of the song, but I don't know. I can't think of the name of the guy.
And here's the thing: I'm gonna raise your salary because
Thank you.
You've done a great job.
Why
with
don't you
the
just double
questions. Tell you what, I'm not going to pee on your shoe. Okay, let's take a break right now, and we'll be back with more morning coffee.
It's here. The Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to your station's website, WFIWradio.com, and click on Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens of gift certificates for places like Three Chicks Fudgery, Act Tire and Auto, Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, and Bullard's Farm Market and Bakery. You can shop 24 hours a day and save tons of money in the process. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
Sierra HPC has recently enhanced provider availability at our Fairfield location. Matt Brown is a physician's assistant and Allison Frost is a nurse practitioner and have recently joined our team and are excited to serve you. Both provide a full spectrum of healthcare for all your family members regardless of age. Call 618-842-4470 to schedule your appointment at the Fairfield Community Health Center.
As a farmer, I want a cooperative that's there for me.
Not the other way around.
A local co-op that works for me and works with CHS.
To connect me with local experts I know and trust.
And put a global network of markets and supply at my fingertips.
A co-op that's here to help us.
Own every day.
When you're an owner of a local cooperative connected to CHS, you get local expertise, a proven, efficient supply chain, and global market access. Learn more at cooperativeownership.com.
J. Wilderman Autoplex in Mount Carmel is now serving the tri-state by appointment. Appointment special pricing on all new Ford, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram. 0% for 84 months on new Rams and most Chrysler products. Plus, no payments for 90 days. $1,500 under invoice. Plus, you keep the rebate on new in-stock Fords. Over 300 pre-owned vehicles with appointment special pricing. Call 618-262-5161 to get the appointment savings. We will even bring it to you. All appointment specials listed at jwildermanautoplex.com.
If you're hungry for some delicious Deep South barbecue, then go down to the Big Deal store at WFIWradio.com and purchase the $20 gift certificate for only $14.
Your Fairfield area weather forecast: sunshine today, high 58. Clear skies tonight, low 40. Partly cloudy, 63 tomorrow. For Friday, partly cloudy, high 68. The outlook for Saturday, scattered showers, high 65. And for Sunday, partly cloudy with a high of 70. Overnight low 33, yesterday's high 52. Currently, humidity is at 87%, winds from the northwest at 4 miles an hour, and the pressure at 30.09. Right now, we've got sunshine and 39 currently at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar looking good this morning as well. Nothing showing up anywhere in the area in terms of precipitation.
Great. After, I thought a very interesting show yesterday about the Beatles.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed that.
Terry Crane, great guy. We'll have to have him back.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Ken Odie's got the questions.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Number one, what backwoods family made trouble for Sheriff Andy Taylor and played bluegrass music with Andy when they visited Mayberry?
The Darlin.
Yeah, Roscoe Darlin and his...
Briscoe.
Briscoe Darlin.
Yes, right. Anyway, there's one of the boys that still performs.
Hopefully it's not the one that never said anything in the show.
They're the Dillards. I think 3 out of the 4 of them are still living.
That's right. That's right. And they perform, and I'd been given a number to try to contact one of them to see if we could get him on the radio.
Of course, I think Charlene is still with us.
Charlene is?
Yep. Okay.
She's got to be getting up there.
Number 2, the third Andy Griffith Show episode, which first aired October 17th, 1960, features a local guitar player named Jim Lindsay. Who does Andy persuade to hire this unemployed, prideful musician?
You got an idea?
Bobby Fleet and his band with the beat.
That is correct.
Yep.
Bobby Fleet and his band with a beat. All right, number 3. In a 1966 episode, the Mayberry Barbershop Quartet is preparing for a singing competition when their tenor, Howard Sprague, is stricken with laryngitis. Who does Andy find to take Howard's place? All right, I'll give you multiple choice.
All right.
Floyd the Barber, Ben Weaver, Aunt Bee, or a prisoner.
I'm going to go with prisoner.
Yeah. You're right, a prisoner. All right, number 4. On the Andy Griffith Show, what instrument did Sheriff Andy Taylor frequently play?
He plays a guitar.
Guitar, correct.
Yep.
Number 5. In a January 1963 episode of the Andy Griffith Show, a goat, this is my favorite episode, by the way, that ate some dynamite threatened to blow up Mayberry. Barney saved the day by leading the goat out of town. What instrument did Barney play in order to lead the goat safely out of town?
Go ahead.
The harmonica.
That's correct. French harp or
now,
harmonica.
wasn't the goat's name Jimmy?
Yeah, it was Jimmy the Goat.
Jimmy the Goat.
The same name as the goat when we used to have yoga downtown.
Well,
Jimmy would come in, walk on your back while you're doing the yoga.
The funniest thing on the Andy Griffith Show ever is when Otis walks in that cell and grabs that goat by the beard and he goes, "Uncle Nate, what are you doing here?"
So the goat ate TNT, right?
Yeah, dynamite.
And they were afraid that it was going to
blow up.
So Barney led it out of town.
He's a hero. All right, number 6. In the Songfesters episode of the show, Barney is slated to sing a solo in the town's upcoming concert. However, another tenor singer is later discovered and chosen to take Barney's place. Who was that singer?
Was it okay? One of two. Rafe? Was Rafe one of? No. You're talking about Gomer?
Mm-hmm.
Gomer Pyle.
Santa
Correct.
Lucia.
Santa Lucia was the song.
You good job. Good job. Man, Santa Lucia.
Number 7. In the Mayberry Band episode of the Andy Griffith Show, why does Mayor Stoner refuse to allow the city band to attend a band festival?
That's a really interesting
They're
name
terrible.
for a mayor. Yeah.
That's
He's
exactly what it
embarrassed.
says here. It says they're a disgrace. Bobby Fleet bails them out.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, number 8. What Mayberry citizen surprises everyone when he wins an audition to perform in the Ladies' League Musicale?
Rafe Hollister.
Rafe Hollister is correct.
There's where Rafe came
Yeah.
in.
Yep.
I just remember Rafe.
And he had a beautiful voice.
He did. He had a
Yeah.
beautiful voice. You're right.
Okay, number 9. In the episode of the Andy Griffith Show, an independent record producer comes to Mayberry and records some local talent for an album. What happens to those who invest in the record deal, going against a skeptical Andy's advice?
They lose their money.
All right, I'll go multiple choice. We have time.
Okay.
They lose their investment when the guy skips town. They receive a dividend check. They go to Raleigh and receive an award for their album, or they open up a recording studio in Mayberry.
It's A, I think.
They lose their investment? Nope.
Nope.
They actually got a dividend check.
Oh. I don't remember that.
Now, you were thinking maybe of the guy that was going to have the heavy equipment dig for the Mayberry treasure. Remember that? They all lost their money in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Actually,
'Cause I was thinking the same thing.
I was thinking of the guy that was the shoe salesman that came to town. Remember? And Andy
Yeah.
started that rumor
Yeah.
that he was a record producer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, number 10. What singer visiting Mayberry turns a song written by Clara and Aunt Bee into a big hit?
I know what the same the song is. It's My Hometown.
That's right.
And,
No idea.
I don't know.
Well, it's old Keevy Hazelton.
Keevy Hazelton. All right.
All right.
And they were all upset because he sped it up and he had the go-go dancers.
That's right. Bobby Knight is in Mayberry at Floyd's Barber Shop in the bathroom. What happened next?
Well, it all depends on if you're there or not, and whether or not you had too much Diet Coke that morning. Go in and follow him on in. Hey, whiz. That's a great story. What were, for a moment, we got a second or two, the best April Fool's joke you ever heard? Joke, I mean a put on.
Well, I think one of them originated right
here. I'm sure
the
I
beer
know
truck
which one you're
turned
talking.
over.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a great one. Beer
Because
truck.
there was a young lady that ran out of air techs like her pants were on fire.
You're kidding.
No.
She heard it on the
She
radio.
heard it on the radio.
And the premise of it was it had tipped over that beer had bottles had to be taken off the
so they could
put it back
Right to truck.
upright. And please bring something to carry beer in. And people showed up with baskets and that
was a classic.
That is
the
a
one I was
classic.
involved in. The governor had just signed because he wanted to get reelected. Kazimierz Pulaski Day.
Mm-hmm.
And we promoted that we were going to have a Kazimierz Pulaski parade in downtown Alton. And then we recorded a half-an-hour program, with polka music in the background, and we acted like we were doing live on April 1st. And right there, the 17-foot Polish sausage being carried down through the middle of the town. Anyway, I go downtown while this is on. The recording is on at the radio station, and the sheriff of the county, Madison County, pulls up in a truck with a "Re-elect Sheriff Churchich" sign on the back, and he said, "Where's the parade?" Now there's that moment where you go, "Well, I think it's starting over on First Street." And you get in the car and you get out of there
as fast as you can.
People are circling around looking. It became a real problem. The Alton Police Department
they didn't find
any humor in it whatsoever. So that's the one I was involved in. The
You know,
Kashmir Pulaski Parade.
If you check Facebook, there are some people trying to organize some to help other people out in town. I know Nate McGahey's involved in it. Check the Facebook page, and if you need help, please reach out to some of these people.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ken Odie here. Thank you for being here, Ken.
My pleasure.
And everybody stay safe. We'll be back here tomorrow on Morning Coffee.
Alexa, play WFIW.
It's time for classic hits from WFIW.
News, talk, sports, and classic rock. This is the station listened to, not just heard. 104.9 WFIW FM Fairfield, Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City. 5 showrooms, pictures, and prices at boydfurniture.com. And follow them on Facebook.
The last 24 hours to more